Oh, right. The game's for everyone. Moonlight Detective here. Welcome to Memory Lane, which is a game that I'm waiting on coming out, and I didn't realize it had a demo, so I thought it'd be fun to play a demo. Okay, let's get to the dialogue. Oh, hello there. A new idea is about to emerge. Why isn't that something? I can hardly remember the last time I was presented with such an unwritten book. Do you have something in mind already? What do you want to be? A world-changing hero known and valued beyond all frontiers? Or maybe someone would rather not cross paths with. Would rather not cross paths. Yep, I got that right. The problem with decisions is they are rarely ever as black and white as this their imagery. So go ahead, surprise me. Maybe I'll return the favor. Alright. Yeah, but this is a game that I really want to come out, and when it comes out, I'm going to buy it as soon as I can. Because it just looked really cool to me, and this is the demo for it. Hello? So, could it be? Please, can't you say it? Oh, please say it, my name. Ooh. Thanos! Why? Okay. Alright, this is only keyboard and mouse, so I'm just putting my controller down. I'm really tired, and, well, I'm not tired, I'm just annoyed. I was playing two other games. One is just so difficult, that's annoying, Skyhill, and I got far on it, but I just kept on dying bullcrap because the game hated me. And I played a game that was just garbage, so I just stopped recording mid-recording in that. And I saw this game on my wish list still, and I want to try out the demo. So, yeah. Oh, I can get in the street. Let's stay on the sidewalk. Glowing? You found a wallet. While opening it, you catch a small piece of paper. To the lucky finder of this wallet, well done. You just learned how to pick up stuff from the ground. That is none of your business. The problem is that you have to take responsibility for everything you pick up. If you like it or not, the $10 from this wallet are now yours. Unfortunately, this wallet is very, very old. It's probably going to crumble the very moment you pick it up. Well, whatever. Hope those bugs do something for you. Yours truly. A passionate loser of wallets. Okay, I like this game already. After you finish reading the letter, the wallet crumbled to dust. Only the $10 remain. Wow, he wasn't lying. A note. It says, what's up? A preposition. Oh, by the way, weed notes contain useful information. Or puns. Thank you for your understanding. Your Power Post Company. Okay, this game's, oh god, this game's already, I'm really excited for this game to come out. I don't know if it's even gonna come out this year or not. It's still to be announced, but I hope it comes out soon because I just saw this game. I was like, gosh, this looks cool. The art style or the way it's made in general, and I like this little comedy aspect to the game. Hello, am I just really short, or are you just kind of tall? It saddens me that this poor girl's fate was your first impression of this otherwise beautiful city. Good things happen around here as well, one of which might be you. I've not introduced myself, have I? My name is Laura. I was named after the patron of the city. I'm sure you have many questions, don't you? This city is the last stronghold for those in search of something. Every soul you are about to encounter eventually wound up at this dead end. You, however, seem very calm and collected. Such a marvelous way to embark on a search. A search for what, you ask? Well, that is hard to say. While every new arrival has their own dreams and their own individual path to follow, they all share the same goal. The city center. Surrounded by magnificent buildings and warming lights, the city center is believed to show everyone their way to enlightenment and eventually out of this town. Even though I myself enjoy the comfort of this place, I do understand anyone looking for an escape, including you. I've taken many of your kind under my wing, though most of them were more talkative. Come to think of it, in a place like this, your silent nature may prove to be more of a blessing than a curse. In these tough times, I provide refuge to those in need. So just come to me whenever you are not feeling too well. Also, like a healing save point, I guess. You shouldn't have trouble finding me. It's not very hard. You stick out. Hello, my dear. Oh, did you get in trouble? Let me help you. Did I tell you I'll always take care of you? Please don't ever hesitate to come to me for help. Take care, my dear. I don't think I was damaged at all. That's cool. That's really cool. And what is this creature? Just talk to some nice lady to this guy. Well, maybe he's still nice too. Hey, buddy. I don't know what kind of voice to give him. I'll give him that voice. They ordered me to repair these construction lights. Problem is, I don't have any arms. Frankly, I can barely keep the safety vest on. I was able to switch on one of the lights with the help of my tongue, but every time I do, another one just turns off again. Seems like they're connected through some kind of interdimensional wiring. And as if that was not annoying enough, now I can't get rid of the taste of plastic. Could you lend me a hand here? Yeah. Oh, right. Ah! Okay, we get it. Don't worry, I got you, bro. Just gotta... Another guy over there. Oh, thank God. I had my desk lamp on, and it was just in my eye. It's such a hard gleam. This is much nice. Okay, this is much nicer. You found a hot dog. It's been laying on the floor. But so did you. So it should be alright. Okay. Okay, so you can't turn off the light. You can't turn them on because they keep on turning off. Ooh, puzzle. I like these things. That was it? That wasn't so bad. Big deal. A pair of hands and I could have done that just as easily. Oh, well, you're welcome. Yeah, you know, not like I helped out or anything, whatever. Containers to construction lights, they all seem to be broken. Oh, so I can interact with, like, just a bunch of stuff, can I? Well, I don't know if I can, but I just interact with that or anything. Good job. With those construction lights, we should be able to mark potentially dangerous obstacles. You may pass. Yeah, I had no idea what voice to give that guy. Yeah, like, so I just kind of gave him a voice like that. A note. It says, did you know that you could deal additional damage when you press the spacebar at the right time? Your power increases so much that red sparks fly around. Really super cool. Unless you're a pacifist. In that case, it's super uncool. Thank you for your understanding, your Power Post Company. A blue mailbox. Can I interact with the lights on the building? No. Oh, hello. I'm by far the most important item that you'll ever come across. I'm so important, I turn red out of arrogance. But I don't really care if you want to pick me up or not. I'll stay here. I'm just too important. I can possibly am in the basic item bag of a trespassing adventurer. You're not the first who tries to pick me up, but you won't be the last. So get lost and try your luck with the next less picky item. As the most important item in the world, I got a repetition to defend. You're still there? Don't you get it? I'll stay here. Okay then. I'll just go around. A note. It says, should you find yourself in a situation of the violent kind, always remember, only because it's not your turn right now, you don't have to stand still and take every hit from your opponent. Evade at the right time using your arrow keys to make your opponent look stupid for yet again sending an insultingly slow shockwave your way. Thank you for your understanding, your Power Post Company. Okay. So I don't really know the combat of this game, or how it is. I'm guessing it's like Undertale, maybe? Combat? Because they're like pacifist stuff, and then it talked about, like dodging, like that. So, yeah, okay, so I can't pick him up. It's an important item. Let's go talk to this guy over here. It's an old man, so I'll just go for my old man voice. Well, hello there. After Laura welcomed you, I was gonna go for an old man voice, but his dialogue text sounds different. After Laura welcomed you, normally it would have been my job to explain the rules and laws of the city to you. Unfortunately, things are a bit mixed up right now. Rioters in the city are increasing, and they sometimes force us to react somewhat spontaneously. If you don't mind, I would like to tell you about a few fundamental rules of this world later. You've probably noticed that this place is very unusual, and that a great variety of figures meets here. I don't want to shock you, but to be able to understand your surroundings, you have to know. We are in the purgatory of ideas. Oh. I admit that this term sounds a bit scary, but it's actually quite simple. A creative creation goes through several stages. You guys hear that? That thumping. That's kind of scary. Drawing a picture, for example, always starts with a sketch. However, over the course of this creative process, sometimes places get changed, things get erased, and characters deleted. Or to make it short, everything you see, you, me, your surroundings, once an idea that did not make it into a creation. I understand there's a lot to swallow, so let's talk about that at a later date. Just tell me that my whole existence is pretty much a failed creation and just skim past it. Why not? As this district is getting closer and closer to oblivion, I wouldn't linger here too long if I were you. We'll meet again soon, so stay safe. Alright. Can I go down here? Nope, no secret. Oh, it's a dog over there. Ooh. Okay. Does that say in the water, welcome? I can't read that. World? For? I can't read that. I don't know. I don't know why I can't read that. Is this a bird with a bird in a cage? Hey, want some? Smoke? Folks like you get gobbled up for breakfast around here. You better learn how to defend yourself quick, and that takes a strong fist as well as some nimble feet. Run, items, skills, attack. Alright, now we're talking. Let's put your swift legs to the test. Since you weren't blessed with wings, I guess you have to resort to jumping and running. Oh, God. Wait, okay, so how do I do that? I gotta click. Oh, okay. Just in case you could have. Okay, I see now. Bah! Why? I'm panicking. Seems like you got the basics down. Sorry, I teach you the hard way. Use less I touch you as a way to pray. I failed! For what is to come. From this point, I'll throw random attacks at you. If you're like me, we call it quits for now. I think you have nothing to worry about. No test my patience for too long. There's no way in heck that I'll just stay here and take your beatings. Okay. You appreciatively take note of your opponent's exceptionally magnificent upper arms. I don't know why I gave him that voice. I have no idea. It's the first thing that came to mind. Pop. Oh, crap. Let's go. I got it. You're a strong fella. Now let's stop before someone gets seriously hurt. Laura would kill me. Hey, Hatchling, cut it out. Don't make me put an end to your trip before it started. Okay. Oh, okay. I can. Yeah. I don't want to fight. We're good. My fault. I didn't know I had to stop it. Okay. You're lucky it was me you ran to first and not somebody else. Laura and I, we're some kind of community service team around here. Whenever we spot a hatchling like you, we make sure to teach him what's what. Listen, hatchling, in a city like this, most people only care about the reputation of their own name. The more people know you, the more power you have over your environment. Sorry, I can't speak. Now you can use that power for good, but let's be honest, most of the time, it just ends in a mess. That's why Laura, the scribe, and I make sure to give everything a fair chance. The fact that you arrive later than others is just bad luck. You should still get to make the most of it. Oh, the scribe? Yeah, he's the third force within the trio. He's by far the most knowledgeable out of all of us, and he may have even been there before when the first stone was laid. You'll find a lot of occasions where you can resolve a conflict simply with words, or a small favor. You should always aim for that. The benefits of this approach may not be clear to you at first, but trust me, a couple of good friends who remember you will get you much further than sheer violence. Don't get too naive either. An idea is never just black or white. This is not a fairy tale. No one always makes the right choices. Sometimes life punishes you for that. Other times you get away with it. If you think your fists need a good swing or your opponent just needs their butt kicked, I say go for it. For every decision you make in this city, just keep in mind, only few of them can be undone. Please, talk to the scribe when you get the chance. He knows more about this stuff than I do. I deal with the rough stuff. You can't miss anyone in the street, so don't worry. By the way, my name is Boomberto. It was nice to make your acquaintance. I'll be on my way. Would it be cool if we met again sometime on the way to the city center? So don't get yourself killed, will ya? That is such, I don't know, that's such a bad voice. He might have had like a biker buff, like just a musclehead voice. But I don't know, that voice just popped in my mind. That was, that might have been awful. What a bird. Hey, it's you again. I got beat up. Hello, my dear. Did you get in trouble? Let me help you. He beat me up. He beat me up. I tell you, I always take care of my dear. Camera, can you come over? Thank you. Take it. I can't get it. Oh, $5. Mind their own business. Since you interrupt them, you have to take care of them. The names are Dan, White, Gak, Alex, and Gosko. Dan, White, Alex, Gosko. Yes, yep. Psst, don't approach me so directly. I'm on a secret mission. There's some shady folks lurking around here that use other people's names. I can't let that happen. I gotta give them better voices, bro. Like, this game seems like heavy voice type thing, and I'm not good at voices. Ask me why I don't wear any shoes. I didn't know you weren't wearing any shoes. Wait, are you a shoe? What a rude question. Do you wear heads on your feet? Oh, you're a shoe. I thought you were a crocodile. He's a shoe. Or whatever. Just look out for any suspicious folks. Come back if you find anything unusual, will ya? Hello? You want some hot dogs? I've got hot dogs. Okay, hold on. I'm way better at making pizza, so I hope those hot dogs don't taste. Restores 20 HP. Appreciate you, bro. Extra mustard sold off. Few scalpers came in and bought all the mustard. They want to do an unpackaging online. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Hope you found something useful. There you go. Okay. If I see any shady figures, what is this? Is this a Rubik's Cube? A pleasant evening, Governor. Oh, pleasant evening, Governor. Methinks you are new in town. I can tell by the way that you are not avoiding or even attacking me. That's not a good voice. Is it? Your naive lack of knowledge is rather obvious. Like the majority of us, you are probably on your way to the city center. Unfortunately, I have to stay here. Well, I could head east too, sadly. I got mixed up by a couple of rude rowdies. I'm trying to think of a good voice. I can't think of a British accent. The appearance of yours truly in the center. I'm trying to think, hello, mate. Like that type thing. In the center of this thoroughly black and colorful, microstate will be an affront to any good taste. As cruel fate would have it, I am well aware of my problem and conscious to most individuals, but I do not have the necessary means to avoid this problem. There are rumors that if any unbalanced spirit reaches the city center, it will not find a happy ending. My interest in checking this rumor for its truthfulness is, as you can certainly imagine, very limited. But if let's say a capable individual could find a solution to my personal mess, I would of course not be averse to that. But there's no need to rush anything. I am almost certain that you also carry your own problems and worries. Nevertheless, I would very much appreciate a sign of goodwill. So if you come up with a solution for at least one of my colorful faces, don't hesitate to let me know. Want some? I'll try it. Wonderful. We'll find a solution to my problem in this district, though. That's alright, but please don't move on to the next district without me, would you? Okay. This volume is getting more fragile every second. I would really like to be left behind. Yeah, you can come to the next district with me. How do I hope that I guess I'll see you again before I hit the next district. Okay. Nothing back here. I see you made it here too. Well, that's great. Wanna know how I overtook you? Well, I would like to say that I used the trans-dimensional wires of the construction lights, but that would be nonsense. I worked in this district even before this place started falling apart. I know all the little shortcuts. Since forever, this fire barrel is a meeting place for the workers around here. As you can see, even Scribe himself gets sense of his presence today. Laura is lurking around here as well sometimes. Who is Laura? The big bird guy I've ever seen on a regular basis. Why am I just giving everyone that same accent? I keep on jumping back to that accent. Of like, don't worry about it, you know, it's fine. Like that type thing. I'm trying to go to something else. I don't know. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, maybe that's why. Welcome to the fire barrel. Have you already made the acquaintance of Bomberto? Yep. He can be a handful sometimes, but he's got his heart in the right place. I hope he can teach you a few things. Let's talk about the rules of this world I mentioned before. A name is a very powerful thing in here. Associated with it are character, strengths, and weaknesses. If an idea loses its name, it loses itself. Your body structure becomes unstable, and ultimately the idea loses itself in the void. Being forgotten is a terrifying finality. Finality? I've never seen that word. Finality? That dwarfs even the horrors of death. However, just before an idea fizzles out, it's possible for another idea to take its name and gain strength. Over the course of your journey, you'll meet a lot of characters who will try to collect as many names as possible. On the flip side, you can also acquire names yourself, thereby drastically increasing your chance of survival. But always keep in mind that you can start a chain reaction that may ultimately destroy us all. If you take a father's name, I cannot rule out the possibility that you also negate the existence of his child. It always depends on how many ideas are linked together. So allow me to document your journey. By doing that, I can make sure that you don't suddenly dissolve into thin air one day. It's like a graveyard, you know? Its one and only purpose is commemoration, and ironically, a grave conquers death itself. So as long as I can remember you, it's possible for me to bring you back into our midst, even if you should make a wrong decision. Let's complete this journey together. Do you want me to document your progress? Yep. Done. You can always approach me if you need my help. Thanks, Scribe. My throat hurts from doing all these voices. I have no water. Found $3. What? You thought you'd find more money the further you go on the street? That doesn't make any sense. The further you get, the more people got past those places. Glad you didn't find a promissory note. Alright then. That's fair. Oh, I love this game. Just gotta get good at the combat. Okay, there's that dog creature again. Oh. Secret. Oh. Glitchy Bob would like to give you critics on how to improve your home. Oh god. Run! How do I talk to people? The guy told me that I should try talking to people so I don't make enemies. How do I do that? Found a key. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. It says that stuff belongs to the boss. Keep your hands off it. Under normal circumstances, you would have gotten your nose powdered by my colleague by now, if you know what I mean. Unfortunately, I can't remember his name nor him as a person. Did I ever have a colleague at all? I mean, my boss saved 50% off his staff expenses, but hey, why are you still reading? No one for now. But keep your hands off it. I now buzz up this be employee of the month. I already took it. I didn't see that note. Wait. Literally, a road roadblock literally blocks your way. I can't talk yet. No, I don't want to fight. I want to talk. I'll learn to talk when later in the game, I guess. The guy told me that a beatdown is something that some people need if you see so fit, but I should try to talk to people. That's what he told me. Dog. can't talk to that dog. Oh no, it says, caution. Eyewitnesses report attacks on residents by ideas that are almost bygone. Their minds are extremely unstable. We advise against any attempt at verbal conflict resolution. Run or defend yourself. Furthermore, those dwindling ideas seem to appear in areas that are already in the process of dissolving. Thank you for your understanding. Your powerful company.
You want to pass through here, huh? Many people want that. A lot of people seem to be drawn to the city center lately. Do you have something to offer me in return?
What do you offer? Want some? What do you want? Want some?
Don't be ridiculous.
If I really wanted to get my hands dirty, I would have stopped you. Oh, that was a threat! Want some? Like, oh, you want to fight? I didn't mean that. Yeah, what do you want?
You're not wasting any time to get to your point, huh? One should not hook up with a shady person like me, don't you think? Or are you just a sucker for taking risk? I may be a fan of that. But jokes aside, there's only one currency that sparks my interest. Names. Do you possess any that you can forward in order to secure your survival? Naturally, I don't want your name. You would disintegrate to thin air immediately. Apart from that, this district is unstable enough on its own. Every additional erased name could result in eternal darkness for all of us. While I think about it, maybe you could be useful to me in a different manner. The names you collected during your short period here are probably worthless anyway. But you could work for me. My henchman is busy guarding this checkpoint, and I can't really move freely in this district thanks to that bird punk. So you could help me with a very easy task. I got a private eye on my tail. Well, I have to admit that the other residents and authorities may not be keen on the idea on how I run my business here. But in the end, it's all about life or being forgotten. And the name toll business is booming since the district is dissolving. Get that private eye off my back and I'll let you get through. I couldn't get a clear view of him yet before I get... Oh, he's talking about the shoe. That's how I'll let you pass without paying toll if I don't have to care about anything. No, Of course you are. The only rule I have is that you're not allowed to take his name. Under different circumstances, I couldn't care less. But as I mentioned before, the ground beneath our feet is getting thinner, and thinner by the second. I don't want to destroy a whole district just because we erased that one name. Get me his hat instead, and give him a good beating. I want him to learn his lesson. As long as it has some red stains, I will let you through, if you know what I mean. No, I'm telling on you. I'm gonna tell on you, and he's gonna come and beat you up. Yeah, that dude back there, he's messing with you. Go talk to him. Oh, you met a name collector. He wants you to get him what? This is completely out of the question. To me, my hat is sacred. If anything, only a powerful gust could separate from my head. As soon as I take my hat off, the rain would have filled what you call a head entirely. Ever had water in your ears after taking a bath? You know how unpleasant this feeling is, don't you? I'm not down for a brawl either. Go look for another, dimwit. But thanks a lot for your hint regarding the name collector. Now I can be on the lookout for this guy. I think I got a plan I can put him down. Look for another? No hot dogs. I found something useful. No hot dogs for me. Wonderful, you'll find this for my problem. Why? Yeah. I don't want anyone to get hurt. You put the key in the cage's lock. Turn the key, you click. After the click, open the transfer into a hot. The key transfers into a hot dog, and immediately snatched and eaten by an invisible seagull. Thank you so very much. Finally, I'm the master of the skies again. Would you mind if I follow you around for a few steps? You have proven to be a reliable fellow. Yay! I got a bird. Look at my bird, bro. Come to a Manning circus. What the? No! No! Wait, what? No!
I'm gonna be right back. I'm not gonna let that happen. I did not think that was gonna happen. I just wanted to show my bird. I will be right back. I'm gonna see if there's something else I can do. Oh, that's actually how bad. Alright, let me get this. That's actually how bad things are in my district. I can't give this guy a good voice. Is that what voice I'm gonna give him? I might just give him a normal voice. There are people who claim that this world is slowly disappearing because we are running out of names. Nah, I can't give him a voice like that. There's so that I can see it supposedly be seen in these particulars. Oh, this is gonna show my voice here. Personally, I don't believe that. We have seen this phenomenon several times by now. Yet we're still here. But it certainly does hope that the people of this district are fleeting. It's not how this world works. When everyone rushes into the city center, all districts will eventually sink into darkness. I really don't want that to happen. But sorry for being so negative. Let's get to that hat. Finding, I couldn't read that, I accidentally skipped. Hey, didn't you say the long-nosed want to see that you fought for that hat? I thought we spent some ketchup on it. Oh, so this is like the good thing. Don't have to fight him. Don't have to do anything. We just get it. This breadhead will never notice the difference. Okay, so that is what I'm supposed to do. I thought like that I was literally going to have to take his hat and then beat him up. Oh, what's up? I bought a bowl of ketchup. I can't remember the voice. I love this stuff. I'm really weird that small packages are way more expensive than just buying a whole bottle. But it's way easier to portion it with the packages, you know? Give me it. You're just evil. You're the type of person that goes in a donut shop and buys all the donuts for no reason. Ketchup, oh boy. I'm giving like the same voice. Oh boy. Well, that's embarrassing, but I just sold all the ketchup packets to my favorite construction worker. He loves this stuff. Sorry. Of course. Listen, we really need something that can make this hat look like we fought for it. Got something in mind? Well, I still got some mustard lying around somewhere. Maybe that helps. How would that help? So you want to tell me that we should make our client believe that we won the hats in an eating competition? He will never buy them. Who knows? What color the blood of your shoe? What color the blood of shoes is? What? Well, you obviously got this thing right from the detective, right? I see him around here a lot. Did you ever see a shoe bleed? I didn't. Just sell his shoe blood. He could never accuse you of lying. That? I'm giving him like the same voice. But I hope I don't see this guy again, because that's the voice I'm gonna give the bird. Shockingly makes sense. Let's do that. What do we owe you? It's on the house. Just think of it as an excuse of mine for not having ketchup for you guys. You smeared the hat with free mustard. I'll find a better voice. That voice not bad. I think I'm just gonna give him a voice like that because he does seem like the type of annoying bird. He just sounds like an annoying parrot. So I'll give him like a voice like that. Like he seems like a smart guy.
That took a while. Did you get the hat? Great. Let me have a look. Is that mustard? Well, I didn't know that private eyes bleed mustard. This city surprises me again and again. But you really gave this guy a good beating, didn't you? He just furiously broke the checkpoint. I didn't even get the chance to stop him. That said, the bird of yours looks awfully familiar to me. Oh yes, I captured you, am I right? Please don't take offense in that. I thought I could gain a few names with you, but I don't need those anymore. I should probably leave soon too. This district won't last any longer.
Oh, my throat. Okay, let's keep going. Look for the boss. That makes us colleagues. Are you interested in forming a union? That might not be a good idea. Actually, yeah, because your friend died. Wait, he told me don't leave the district without telling him because he didn't want to be left behind. I'm leaving, man. Oh, okay. I'm gonna move on next to. I have to. I tried. But this person kind of smart. I see his personality a little more, so I might just give him like kind of like a soft voice. Can I come through here? Oh. Ah! There you are. Thanks for your help. That's my buddy. Actually, regarding this district, as you have probably noticed, we haven't really succeeded in doing that recently. Thanks to you, we're back on duty again. This district may fall apart, but we'll hold the fort to the bitter end. Thank you for everything, my friend. See you at the next crossroads. In fact, it's only a stone's throw away. So I would warmly recommend you take another good look around here. Maybe you want to stop by the scribe one more time. Anyway, duty calls. See ya. Okay. Yeah, so let's go tell the guy that we're going to the next district and talk to the scribe. First, I might talk to the Rubik's guy. Oh, scribe's gone. I like the seamless transition of people moving instead of like making a fade to black when people are moved out of the way. I'm about to leave. Alright, I guess I'll talk to Scribe and then I'll leave. Scribe? Still want to talk about your charges, but even though you take yourself as fat, the T-type can't help but take the coffee. Receive and take away coffee. Heaven on earth. There you are. You have seen a lot so far, haven't you? Do you notice that this district is slowly approaching its end? Unfortunately, some residents are hesitant to realize this fact. They deny the obvious and trust that everything will go well. I am a fan of optimism. When a situation is hopeless, you have to be able to recognize that and do everything necessary to be strong for yourself and others in the future. Sadly, this sometimes also means letting go of the things you love. You will leave this district soon. Don't mind me or the others. I am there to guide the residents of this city, and I intend to fulfill this duty. Knowing that the transition to the next district cannot take place without an obstacle to be overcome. So be prepared. Proceed now and listen to your heart. And you'll know what you'll have to do. See you on the other side. Oh god, wait. Oh crap! It is a demo, so I think I'm glitched. I can't move. Yeah, I can just turn. I'm pressing all the keys. I can't move. No! Oh, come on! This demo's great still, but yeah, I literally can't move. Okay, hold on. Let me try restarting it real quick. That dang wind blow. Because of that, my head is filling up with rain. Imagine having water in your nose and ears all the time. It's super uncomfortable. The name collector vanished without a trace as well. I have to be even more careful in the next district, I'm afraid. Don't let us down. To vanish in thin air would be something. I would also like to present my axe shovel to the ideas of other districts. I might even come up with a cool name for it. Have a wonderful evening, dear person. Thank you again for taking care of my issue. I'm not surprised in the slightest that we haven't come a single step closer to the solving of my problem in this part of town. That's not a problem for me at all. Knowing that at least one person cares about my fate is an important insight for me. Thank you so much. Look at that. So you are the one who will grant us access to the next city district. It's crazy. Just imagine if our creator never thought of you. We all would have perished in the void. I would really like to lend you a hand with your upcoming challenge, but I have no arms. Okay, sorry. Since everyone is waiting for your success, here. Now I move my hot dog stand in this place. As one has to move with customers, you know. Give me another hot dog. The boss is gone. That was your doing, wasn't it? It's okay. The paycheck was so bad, not receiving one at all would have been better. The add-on benefits were okay though. Let's see who hired me in the next district. Hope that we'll not stand in each other's way when that time comes. Hope not. Ocean mailbox. Hello, my dear. Don't you get in trouble? Let me have. Okay, yeah, same thing. But that just gets hurt. I'm good though. Hey, Ashley. Now you want to tell me that the survival of the residency actually depends on the youngest idea of our city. Unbelievable. Before our world began to fall apart, this is the place where life rocked. Not one even thought that the possibility that the districts could one day be cut off from one another. Unfortunately, I don't know what ultimately separated us from each other, but my self-doubt and the persistence of the city both faded a bit since your arrival. Go ahead and never forget what I taught you. Laura, the scribe, and I will be waiting for you on the other side. Alright. This is where the demo's gonna. Oh, hello. Greetings. Oh, me? No, you got that wrong. I'm not your enemy. And I don't have a silly challenge ready for you either. But you think that I look scary, don't you? Yeah, meh, no problem. Strange that I get to hear that quite a lot around here. I mean, have you looked around? Personally, I think sirens at night are creepy. When you know a threat is close by, but you don't know what it is. I digress. Rather, I'm here to teach you what a bunch of lost ideas desperately try to hide from you. This world is being forgotten. Okay, this may not be news to you, but the scale of it all is. How old are you? An hour? Well, the ideas that are roaming around here are old. The scribe may be one of the oldest people around here. He wanders around and tries to maintain something that's bound to fail. It may sound brutal, but I don't get what all those people are seeing. Sure, you may be the first individual in a long time who's capable of leading the residents to another district, but at what cost? Names will be taken, and this would destabilize our world even further. What I'm trying to tell you is that you may need to think a little harder about what exactly the purpose of your journey is. Do you simply want to maintain your existence as long as possible? Do you want to become powerful? When what are you going to do if you reach the city center only to find a dead end? Okay, I admit, that was a bit scary. I'm sorry. Just think of me as a voice of reason. In the end, I'm depending on you as well. If the old guy's right, that is. How rude of me! We didn't even get the chance to introduce ourselves. Let's do this at a later point in time. Think carefully about your goal, and you'll know what you have to do. Okay, then. I'll be honest, I expected him to jump scare me, so I turned my lamp on in preparation. Oh, this looks like really beautiful, honestly. Red mailbox. That is not a red mailbox. Oh, yo, what up? You want to pass through, right? No. You want to pass through, right? Oh, don't even wait for my furry friend to say something. I'll do the talking for him. He better shut his trap. He might drop me by not doing so. Listen, I am really grateful for your help. But I'm not just going to let you move to the next part of town. You are the first fresh idea in a very long time. So we're finally able to register a plus in resident skin. It would mean the end of our district if you drive all our residents away from here just because of a fantasy of paradise. You have to understand that we cannot allow this to happen. Don't get me wrong. Fundamentally, I have no interest in fighting you. But I'll do it if necessary. No side quest, no item, and no persuasion can dissuade me from my duty to defend this district. Don't you dare call me stubborn or narrow-minded. Or is there a side quest I can do so that you don't destroy us? That's what I thought. Prepare yourself. Oh God. I clearly see why the residents are putting their trust in you. I don't want to fight. Your ability to think outside the box is very special in itself. But this won't be enough to survive in the other parts of the city. We're all chasing ghosts. And I'm not willing to sacrifice my people's souls for something like that. You are now facing Quill and Sword. Do we have to? I literally have to. You're strong. What the fudge? You are now facing... Wait, what? How do I dodge that? Strong enough to lead the residents to the next district? Come on. Okay. Oh, it tells me, in the back. We wouldn't need the concept of hope if everyone would just stay here. The survival of our world depends on us remembering it. We're fighting for the same people. It's our motive that differs tremendously. Without your determination, it's only a matter of time before we can no longer fight you. Until then, you're getting everything we've got. Ow. Ah! Oh, they're really beating me up. How do I counter that? Sure. Oh, I think that's it. Drop the stick. It's okay, my friend. Even in the face of the void, you're not even thinking about dropping me, am I right? Promise me you are on Chocho's name. Promise me. And you'll know what you'll have to do. No, 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 no. Wait, what? That's... No, what? I'm forced. There's gotta be something. What if I sit here? I'm just gonna see if I sit here. I have his name, don't I? Chocho? Can I, like... Come on, man. Don't make me kill a dog. I physically can't run. Oh, come on, man. There's nothing I can do. Like, I'm pressing every button they've given me. Come on, something. I can't. Guys, no. Come on, don't do it. Why? He's gone. My only friend is gone. And I can't even remember his name. This city could be so damn cool. One day it shines colors that are more splendid than my plumage. And On others, everything falls into total darkness. He was the last individual who knew my name. You probably don't know what that means. No one remembers you. Now, are you gonna die too? Right, doesn't matter to me. My days are numbered, and I wasn't able to perform my duty. But there's at least one thing I want to do before I disappear forever. I'm going to steamroll you. Oh. You claim to show me. They not keep abusing his power. The bravery strike. Oh, you erase resistance. Okay, wow. So this game forces you into a killing route. I don't know, maybe when the full game comes out, I don't know if they're gonna make you do that. But they forced me to do that. I didn't even want to attack in the first place, but there's no talk option and it did allow me to run. So I don't know, is this just like the game that I'm forced to be evil? Like I'm just a villain of a story?
I can feel.
Oh, that's it.
Those eyes on me.
That's it. Gosh, I'm really excited to actually play this entire game now. That was great.
Out of breath for the whole world
That was like
to
really fun. I was doing really bad, but that was really fun.
see. Finally free. Sparks
That was like great. I really want to get to that again.
Left and right, left and right.
Wow. Amazing singing as well. So I wonder, when the full game comes out, that's how it's going to be. It's just going to be me claiming names like that and just... Oh, you are still here. You can press in this demo by pressing the spacebar. It's okay, you can go now. Can I take a moment, game? Wow. Stop watching me. Okay. Wow. Stop. But yeah, that was like really good though. Like that was great. The visuals of the game, last warning. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm gonna turn my volume down because I know it's gonna jump scare me most likely. I just have a feeling. Okay, have it your way. Now it's watching me. Okay, well I sat there for a while and pretty much nothing happened. It started staring at me. No new dialogue or anything. So that didn't really lead to anything. But I do have to say that I'm really excited for how this game is going to turn out. The demo is really fun to play and I'm curious, I don't know, is that how the game's going to go? I mean, he told me that I have to choose would talk to someone or would I have to beat someone down, but the bird told me that there's no way, no matter what I say, nothing's gonna help me, talking. Like he's no side quest, none of that. So yeah, I'm excited though to see how this full game is gonna turn out, and when it does come out, I'm definitely gonna buy it in just the first 5 minutes it's gonna be out, so we can play this on the channel. This game is really fun and made my night a lot better because I was playing trash games before, so this made my night better from actually playing something good. But anyway, I hope you guys sincerely enjoyed this video. This is Moonlight Detective, and I'll see you in the next case.